Hey guys, I appreciate y'all showing up to the live tonight. Wanted to get one more video out to you guys. We've decided we're going to be doing lives on Saturday nights now. Saturday night, 7:45 Central Standard Time. We won't be doing lives on Thursdays anymore. Due to we're working on the other channel that I'm working on, we're going to be doing lives on Friday nights on the other channel. If you guys are interested in our other channel and would like to follow Kirk and I and my son and my little nephew and my family, then join us on Wide Open Adventures. I'll put the link down in the description. We do a lot of outdoor stuff in that one too. You'll be able to see a lot of the scenery and stuff, and you might see stuff in the woods that we don't see on our little vacations. But anyways, we'd like to invite you over to that. We will be doing lives on that channel on Friday nights, and Abnormal Adventures or Abnormal Investigations will be Saturday nights at 7:45 p.m. Fridays at 7:45 p.m. will be Wide Open Adventures. Alright guys, I want to get to this one. Oh, one last thing. I wanted to thank all y'all that's joined the Patreon. I hope you're enjoying the pictures and the extra footage I've put in there. I noticed a lot of y'all are looking at it and are enjoying it, so I'm glad y'all are enjoying that also. I'll put that in the link also. Alright guys, we got a lady by the name of Alice and Kyteler's Inn. Kyteler's Inn is a popular pub in Kilkenny, Ireland. Almost 8 centuries after it was founded, it's still a place for locals and tourists alike. It was also found by a woman run out of town for being a witch. Alice Kyteler was born in the 13th century, actual dates vary, and grew up to have a string of husbands and children. This isn't written very good, when one of her children and richer husbands became suddenly, inexplicably ill, he changed his will to leave his substantial assets entirely to Alice and her children, cutting out even his own children. It was the final straw, and the jealous stepchildren got together to accuse Alice of being a witch. Makes you appreciate today's lawsuit-happy culture a bit more. The charges brought against her were gruesome, including sacrificing animals and leaving their pieces at the crossroads to summon Satan, and making potions from the remains of the dead, then giving them to anyone who wanted to help with their love life or general life problems. Clearly, with that kind of power, there was no way she didn't use it for herself. Alice was accused of killing the husbands that she had bewitched into falling in love with her, and then in the first place, all because she had designs of their own wealth. The accusations escalated, and by 1324 the church proclaimed the entire area to be under the influence of witchcraft. For the first time, practicing witchcraft was officially heresy, and what followed was a fight between Alice Secular's allies and the church authorities. As per usual, the church won. Luckily, we think unless she actually did kill people, Alice had plenty of time to get out of Ireland before the church gave her their verdict. She fled to England, but the church wasn't done with those that she had left behind. One of her servants, Petronilla de Media, was burned at the stake for her association with Alice. Meanwhile, she was never heard from again, and they believe continued to practice in England. Kind of goes along with what Kirk tried to tell you all tonight whenever he had found the lady that was a witch that had tricked him. She eventually started doing really bad things to Kirk, and I think eventually he would have been a victim of hers. Jure Grando lived in the mid-17th century, Kringa, Croatia. According to witnesses of the time, Grando spent 16 years after his death returning to walk the night to visit his widow. After all, even vampires need love. Now, if Grando had kept it in the family, his reign on Earth might have lasted a bit longer. However, there was apparently a bit of terrorizing going on too, and it was said that Grando would spend some nights going from door to door in the village, knocking. Anyone who answered would soon die after. It's not clear why the mayor waited 16 years to act. Typical red tape bureaucrat, probably. But he finally assumed a group of 9 men and to open Grando's grave. What they found was a classic vampire. A corpse with a rosy complexion, and one that definitely hadn't decayed in any way in 16 years. Their first attempt to kill him by staking him through the heart with a hawthorn branch failed. So they decided to cut off his head. The vampire started screaming, but the beheading worked. The Count Grando was no more. Even today, the town remembers him with a vampire bar and a plaque dedicated to those 9 that put the end to the vampire's nightly exploits. The murders also stopped after the beheading of Grando. It really makes you think, don't it, guys? Really makes you wonder. A lot of these, local legends and stuff, it makes you wonder how much of it was actually real and how much of it was actually not real. Like what Kirk had talked about, these people, they weren't, supernatural or anything like that. They did live longer lives, but that could have been attributed to the blood that they drank. Some people believe that the androchrome could have gave them longer lives. I know that the lady I met and that Kirk also knew, just in 2 years went from a very vibrant, young-looking lady to a very old lady, but she was also cut off from the children that one of her boyfriends or husbands was exploiting. And her looks did change dramatically. Was it that? I don't know. Probably. Was it a good possibility? I think it was a good possibility. I hope you all enjoyed these 2 short stories. And I'll be going out here pretty soon. I got my tire in. We'll be doing some boots on the ground. I'm excited to do that. There's a few places I'm wanting to visit. And yes, there will be more nighttime adventures. I found some places I'm going to go to, and I think they're going to probably prove to be pretty wild. The people that have turned these places in are having a lot of activity there, and we're going to be headed there. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner, and thank you very much for watching.